the Extraordinary God, Ordinary People podcast. Happy New Year again. I know that it's only about 3 weeks into the new year, but 2026, I think, is starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, this is Jenae. I worked with her at the hotel, and she comes to our dinner parties, and she's just one of our best friends here in Nashville. So I'm so grateful that you came on to this podcast.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Perfect Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We're almost there.
I love Valentine's Day. Very excited. This is my mom's shirt.
Aww.
Yeah. So it's vintage,
It's
if
pretty.
you will.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My mom loved Goodwill. It's probably a Goodwill find.
Hey, you can never go wrong with Goodwill.
Never. Love thrifting. Always.
Goodwill, you honestly would be surprised how many stuff that we have in this house probably from Goodwill.
My couch is from Goodwill. Girl, you can get
I love that couch.
It's a good couch. Yeah.
No, Goodwill, top notch. They
Thank
don't
you for
sponsor
having me.
this video, but if you want to sponsor this video, Goodwill,
Please, Goodwill. Please. Please.
I actually don't know if they sponsor because they're a non-for-profit, but that's a different story.
No, literally, they're not. They're not gonna.
So we usually start one off with an icebreaker. We talked off camera a little bit. You said you're a barbecue girly.
I love barbecue, girl.
Where are we going in Nashville if people are coming?
So, personally, I always like to send people to Martin's Barbecue just because they recently, within the past few years, put one downtown. There's also one in the Gulch now, so...
There is?
Yes, there is. So, if you want options downtown, I always say Martin's. Martin's is so solid. They cook everything there. Everything's, like, smoked there. And just when you're walking up, you can smell it. It's just delicious. So, I used to go all the way out to Nolensville for it, so I think it's worth it.
That's far.
Yeah, literally, it's far.
Is that where they originated from then?
Yes,
Okay.
in Nolensville. They originated in Nolensville. I used to drive out there with my family. My mom had a jelly and jam company, and she would sell it at my friend's antique store in Nolensville. And basically, we would just drive all the way out there to drop off her jellies, and we would get Martin's.
That's so
I
smart.
love
You're
Martin's.
like, I'm going with you, not for this, but for the
Not for this.
barbecue.
I will sit in the car while you drop off your jellies, but I'm gonna get my Martin's.
Where is it in the Gulch?
In the Gulch, so I was told it was like in 12 South area, like further down. So it's like in the 12 South strip now, apparently.
Of course,
You
I
know.
move and everything
Gets
goes
popping
pushing
up.
around.
Yes, that coffee shop. Too.
La La Land.
Yes.
Okay, if you listen to this episode 2 with Tricity, we talked about La La Land, and it's a little expensive, but it's worth it.
It's gorgeous in there.
It is.
It's gorgeous. It's just
And the
breathtaking.
yellow cups,
And you walk through that door and it's like,
and they're like, hi, and I'm like, oh, you're too nice for
You're
Monday
so
morning,
nice.
but like, thank
Right.
you.
yeah, you know they getting tipped well.
Oh yeah, you know they're getting tipped well,
Yeah.
and you know they're caffeinated.
Oh, and it's good caffeine.
Yeah.
That coffee's good. It's smooth. Yeah, 100%.
So La La Land and Martin's Barbecue.
12 South.
12 South.
12 South. She's the girl. She really is.
I love 12 South. If I
Yeah.
had millions of dollars, I would live in 12 South.
Oh, me too. Our first hangout sesh
At
was in 12
Postino's.
at 12 South. Yes.
So as you can tell, we love 12 South. Come visit Nashville. Go to 12 South, Postino's, La La Land, and Martin's.
Yes. Musts.
There, we just planned your entire day for you.
Musts. You have to. You want something nice, go to Postino's. You want something quick, barbecue, South, Martin's.
If you want to
Yeah.
go shopping, go to Finley's. That's my favorite shopping. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, so clearly we just need to get sponsored by 12 South.
Yeah,
Okay.
12 South. Where's the money?
You know they have it. If you
You
guys
know they
visit
have it.
down there, you know they have money.
They have that. They got it.
Ike's office is down in that area,
Oh, okay.
but I never go and visit him.
Well, he's got options for
I
lunch.
know.
Oh, he's got great options, dude. Yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
down there.
It's just so far from where we live now.
Yeah, it's far from me too.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Hendersonville, you know? It's only when I'm like after work or if I get off a little early.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I still have doctors down there, so like to like sweet treat myself, I'll go to La La Land after the doctor. and be
That's
like,
worth it. I went to the doctor. So
I got the shot. I'm going to get La La Land.
yes, I'm getting a treat. Yes, I have
That's how I
to.
live my life.
No, you need a reward. Yes, girl. Absolutely. I'm the same way. We get these little wins and we have to do little success, little, you know.
There you go.
You have to. So, yeah.
I'm going to challenge you. You should do a bingo card for 2026.
Bingo. Yeah, where you like, you put your goals.
Yeah.
I think I've seen those before. And then you kind of mark
So
them off.
Bailey did it for us.
Okay.
And
She made them for you?
Well, she made one for her.
Okay.
And then we just made ours on the 1st.
Okay.
So
yeah.
definitely
Bingo card.
make a bingo card.
Okay. Canva, here we come.
Literally. That's what I think. No. Yeah, I think we made it on Canva, actually.
Canva's the best.
Yeah.
I use, like, anytime I make a flyer at work, I use Canva. I love Canva. She's my girl. Dude, not us talking about Canva.
Okay. So, Canva, La La Land, Martins. But
Strong recommendations.
Strong recommendations, but this is not a food recommendation podcast.
No.
That would actually be really fun to make with you. That could be
I could go
else.
for hours.
Yeah.
You know I'm a foodie. I love to eat.
So that's going to be different.
This bag
Ash
is
and
big.
Jenae take on Nashville.
That'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Knock straight into
But on this podcast, we talk about, I don't even know what we talk about. I'm cutting this part out.
We talk about extraordinary God.
Yeah.
And how we are just ordinary people. And we are here.
Because we are.
Yeah.
Serving his purpose.
Absolutely.
But I think we all just have crazy stories. No matter who you are, no matter what your story is, no matter what your life has entailed, where you grew up, what you've been through, we do serve an extraordinary God who's gotten you through everything. It's not easy. God doesn't tell us it's going to be easy, but he does make it a lot easier for us to move through this life. And so that's why I wanted to give people a platform that even just a small yes, I've seen over the last 11 weeks how it's impacted people. And so I appreciate you for saying yes and coming on and wanting to share your story.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
So
thank you for having
you're
me.
welcome.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's start back with little Jenae.
Oh my gosh. Lil Jenae. I look the exact same. You've seen my baby picture.
You do.
I look the
She
exact
doesn't
same.
age.
Not the glass skin. Oh my gosh. I do age. I'm here. 23. Gonna be 24. 24, I guess it would be like 3 or 4 months, 5 months from now, give or take. Not too long.
I turned 26 in a week.
Bro.
Gross.
Are you excited? No.
No.
No. Gross, no. Never. We were talking about this. You're still 20.
I'm still 20. No, I'm 21 plus 5.
21.
No, 21 plus 5 years of experience.
5 years experience. 5 years professional at 21. Absolutely.
Can I put that on a resume?
Yeah, can I put my 5 years experience of being 21? Yeah, literally. Experience being 21. It's so stupid. No, so you're in your 20s.
Yes.
You're in your 20s.
But back to you being 24.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, little Jenae, like, so I would say, like, my introduction to God was very much, my mom worked. So, for me, my mom was full-time. She worked full-time. She was in the hospitality industry. So, anything hospitality, you're there. You have to commit. You want people's experiences to be nice. So sometimes you're spending hours over your shift, or, like, because she was in sales, it would be like events. And so she had to stick behind to make sure that her events went well, anything like that. And, being a child, you don't understand these things.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's like, in that moment, now that I'm older and I can understand what she was going through, just trying to get her money together. And so I wouldn't say that I learned what I know about God through my mom. I would say that I learned it more from, like, my grandmother and, like, my dad when he was around. He would come around and, like, try to, like, I think my experience with my dad was more of like a negative wavelength, because he was trying to have us idolize him and have him on this pedestal like he was a good father. And I think so he used religion in a way that wasn't necessarily positive for us to learn or to experience. So mostly I would say my grandmother, is why I know church. She would take me to her church. She was a member of a very, like, Southern Baptist church. She was over by the Sonic and the Dos Margaritas. So it's like a local church. It's so small. It's like it's like a very small congregation. So that's what I was raised with, and like that church family raised me, you know.
I love that.
So that's what I was given pretty early, and because I was a kid and I was like really disgruntled with not being around my mom and my parents as much, I wouldn't say that I took it on the best. Like for me, I would say Christianity has kind of morphed and changed into something that I have now had to accept, because before it was something that I battled, you know. And I think now that I'm here, I'm actively choosing God, and I feel like he chooses me, and it's a choice, you know. I feel like it's a constant, I have to keep that in mind, like, especially, we've talked about, like, how sometimes I've had, like, you know, shortcomings with my anger and with, like, my obsession, and I get, like, really compulsive about things, but I think having God to rely on as that rock for me has kind of helped me with, like, being able to be like, take a deep breath, you know, just pray about it, sit on it, just walk away, you know.
Yeah.
It's gotten me out of a lot of, like, bad situations, but I would only say that that's been because I've come back to God. I feel like he found me again, but originally it wasn't, it's a crazy upbringing. I mean, it was, like, up and down.
Yeah.
You know, it was really all over the place.
I don't think anyone has a normal upbringing. You can say that you had somewhat of a normal childhood or a good childhood or a bad childhood, but I've learned kind of the last couple of years that God chooses everyone. And I knew that, but I didn't really truly understand that, in the sense that he doesn't just choose you because you're good. He doesn't choose you because you did the right thing. He chooses you because you choose him at the end of the day, and we are broken. He came into this world for us.
He waits for you. He does. He waits for you.
Yeah.
You have to choose him, though. Like, you really do.
But I would say with like kind of disgruntled and kind of the upbringing with that, would you go to your grandma's house more and just spend time with her, and that's why church was kind of like a safe place for you? Or would you say it was more of, I guess my grandma's dragging me here on Sundays now because I would have that too?
It depends. I think, you know, growing up, you have those nights, you know, those late Saturday nights staying up playing your games, or just like hanging out with your friends, your slumber parties, and you just kind of don't want to go the next day. But I think, like, I was raised in my grandmother's house, so my mom was a single parent. My dad was in and out of our house. He was in and out of jail. And you remember I pulled up his charges at work one time?
I did.
It was like this rap shit CVS receipt of just crimes. But so he did a bunch of stuff. And so he's in and out of jail. He was not present. When he was present, it was only for like a few months at a time, which we really enjoyed, of course. My mom tried to also keep a good idea about him in our heads so that we didn't, like, feel like we didn't have a father, but we really didn't. You know, he wasn't there. And when it came down to, like, when my mom would be, like, upset about money or anything like that, it was, I mean, we didn't have a dad. He wasn't there. It was just her income. And so we lived in my grandmother's house, and that's why I was raised in Hendersonville. My grandmother lived in Hendersonville on the water.
Aww.
So when my grandfather passed, she took his life insurance and bought the house in Hendersonville. And my mom was 10 at the time, so she also she had her dad for most of her early childhood, but then my grandfather, her stepfather, came in, and he is a blind man, so I would sing to him. We would sing gospel to him. And then for my grandmother, she had these books that we would sing songs from, so he would just sit and listen. And she would also take me to church, of course, which I always loved, unless I was being like a little butthole, you know.
Little teenager.
Yeah. But for the most part, I would say, like, what I learned and, like, the love I learned was from my grandparents. Like, mostly, I would say.
Grandparents' love is so special.
It is. It's just, everybody needs it. You need your grandparents. Yeah.
You do.
It's important.
You do.
Yeah.
What would you say kind of was that switch from I'm going with my grandparents to this is what I need? As isn't just like, oh, God's here, I was raised this way. For me, it was in college where I was like, wait,
what am I doing?
I thought I knew, but I was just kind of going along with what everyone else was telling me to do.
Right.
What was kind of that switch for you?
My family died. So my grandmother died when it was in 2014, so I was like 12.
Okay.
I was in middle school. We found her. She died in her sleep. She went peacefully, you know. It was it was spring break, and my grandmother's birthday fell on spring break, so she actually passed a little after her birthday, and a little after my aunt's birthday. You met Lori.
I did. She's amazing.
I love Lori.
She's awesome.
She passed, I think, maybe 3 or so days after Lori's birthday.
Okay.
And we found her. It was me and my brother. My brother was in complete shock, and as you know, he struggles with like scary life events.
Yeah.
So he froze, and from there, you know, I called my mom. My mom called the police, and you know, they were able to. She was able to, you know, come home in time to be with my grandmother before they took her away. But I found my grandmother dead, and I think that for me, seeing death like firsthand, and it being somebody that you love, and it being somebody who raised you and taught you about God, it feels like a punch in the face a little bit. It felt like, where is he now?
Yeah.
Not to be like embarrassing, but like that's really how I felt in that moment, because I was like, God didn't save my grandmother. I had to, you know, I had to like get her hauled away and everything. I felt like that was my responsibility as a child, because nobody else was there. My brother froze. So it was like, I think for me, that was more of a turning point in a bad way. And from there, it was just question after question after question, and just insecure and not safe and not feeling like comfortable with it. And my mom, of course, then she saw this in me, and she wanted to make sure that we went to church more and stayed in church, because she knew how important it was. And then from there, it was like, okay, you know, I was trying to regain my love for church and my love for the community again, but I just couldn't. I was so hurt with everything. And then my mom passed, and it got harder. I was like, I feel like I need that companionship, because I don't know, it's just how it's always been for me. It's like, as a family, we get dressed up and we go.
Yeah.
You know? So I need that, like, somebody getting dressed with me and going with me type of thing. And then I think that's when I was like, I don't think I want to do church anymore. I think I'm just afraid. I think it's not for me anymore. And I turned away from Christianity for a while. I was from 18 to 21, I think. 21. Okay. Give or take. I was not about Christianity. I was like, I wouldn't call myself like agnostic or anything, but it was just that I was hurt. So I was just in a place where I was like, I believe in God. I know that there's someone there for me, but it felt like I had been abandoned. So I was just like,
how can he do this?
Yeah. And I was just like,
no, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want this you're not my friend. That's how I felt. You know how I'm like, that's not your friend.
Yeah.
That's not your friend. That didn't feel like God was my buddy for real. It was like, okay, you're letting this happen to me, and then I also, during the time I had this boyfriend, and my boyfriend, of course, so that was really iffy. He had a hard life too. So his life was really difficult. And, you know, with my mom having been like our sole provider, we went through different instances of being homeless. So I've been homeless on multiple occasions where I've had to live in a hotel, or I've even had to live in the car, or I've had to live at my boyfriend's house or a friend's house and just kind of couch hop. So my mom, she did her best. She tried, you know. But during those times when I had my boyfriend, I would live with my boyfriend. And my boyfriend was not religious. He was, I don't really keep up with him anymore, of course. I mean, it's been years. I've been with Alun for like 4 years. But
we'll get to him later.
Yeah, we'll get to him later. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But that was like really hard for me too, because I also had someone who was really close to me who did not believe in God. And it was like, I wouldn't say it was influential, but it kind of had an influence on me in a way where it was just like, I really love you, and I feel like you love me, And if you love me and I'm hurt about God and you're hurt about God, we can be hurt together type of
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. It was a weird dynamic for us because I still was trying to like teach him about God because I still knew so much and I still cared, but it was so disconnected from me that I felt like I was just like an encyclopedia. I was just spouting things. You know, yeah, just spouting words, yeah. And you know, he had his struggles with himself and his life, and when my mom was passing, he wasn't there for me. So then I had that turning point again where it was like, okay, now I can't trust you either, and I can't trust what you have to say about God or anything you have to say about love or about acceptance. I mean, you weren't there for me during my hardest time. My mom was sick for about 3 months, so it was a 3-month span that he had, you know, kind of dodged on me.
He literally just
ghosted
you?
No, he didn't ghost me. He was my boyfriend, but like we still texted, but it was that I needed someone. So it was COVID. My mom passed of COVID. You know this.
Yeah.
My mom passed of COVID in 2021. She got sick late 2020. In November, it was like mid-November. She got sick right before Thanksgiving. She was diagnosed, or like she had the test around like mid-November, but she was feeling symptoms like probably early November. And then she, you know, from there she just got worse, and we ended up having to take her to the hospital. We took her to the hospital the first time, and we took her to St. Thomas Baptist downtown, the Midtown one, and they said that she wasn't sick enough, which is really strange. They said that her condition it hadn't worsened enough for it to be inpatient worthy.
Oh. So
they sent her home, and then we went back I think a week later, and she stayed, and she got really sick, and because my grandmother had passed, and my mom was really like, if you knew my mom, she was very untrustworthy. Like, we were best friends. I feel like she confided in me about a lot.
Yeah.
So I was her power of attorney, unfortunately, like when it came down to making decisions.
That's crazy. No kid should ever have to make that decision.
It was really hard. I had just turned 18, so I had just earned the right to do it too. So, because at first it was Lori. Lori was her power of attorney. But then she didn't want Thomas to be her power of attorney because he kind of freezes in really tough situations. So she made me what would be runner-up, I guess, when I became an adult. So I became 18 in June. She got sick in November. So I just became an adult, technically. And that was really hard for me, I will say. So not having, you know, my closest, like, person, my best friend, not having him with me I got really resentful. And I got really apathetic towards our relationship. And I even was unfaithful to him because I felt like, well, what are we doing anyway? I'm young, like, and I just rationalized doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And I still sit with it, but I think, like, that also had a turning point for me. So I just had multiple things that kind of were like, oh, okay. Like, I just felt like I kept getting knocked in my chin about religion in general.
From 12 to 18.
Yeah, I just kept getting, like, very developmental years. I was getting punched in my face about it, like, figuratively. And I think from there, I was just like, I don't want anything to do with this. And I had a job at the time that was, so I've told you about this. I worked at Gap as a clerical. Yeah, for like 2 years. And I would do inventory. So I would manually count inventory in a section of the warehouse. The sections were divided by color. So I had an entire color that I had to manually count and account for everything.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. I drove a Ford, and I was 18, girl. I was 18, 19 years old, like, doing this, you know, like, big girl job, and I was on a forklift. I know how to operate a forklift. Girl.
I never met.
Yeah. Like a 10, like, one of the big ones, not the normal ones, like the big ones. Because I had, blue was, so my section was blue.
That's so cool.
Right. I could teach you how to do right now. Bring up the forklift, and I'll teach you how to drive it. I'm telling you, basically drive it in reverse. It's like driving a car in reverse. Like,
ooh, no, I would crash. Ooh, no.
I did crash. I've crashed a couple times. Girl, I've crashed a couple of times.
Gap, you didn't hear that?
Anyway, Gap. Anyway, the alarm didn't go off, so it doesn't matter.
No one knows until now.
No, it does not matter. Watch them sue. Can you imagine? No, I'll pay. I will pay. Don't sue. Don't sue. Okay, but
girl, it's been like how many years?
I think you're okay. It's been years. They love me too. They still reach out.
They came to your high school
They came to
college graduation.
College graduation.
Yeah,
yes. Recently,
college.
literally like 2. No, I guess it's 2 years now because it's 2026. But it was a year ago. It was last year.
Yeah. Because I met some of them.
Yeah, literally.
Was the one your manager that came too?
That one tall dude. Yeah. Yes, he was technically like my lead.
Okay.
I would say he was over me for sure, but he didn't have like a super like a role, you know. But yeah, so yeah, girl.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Those are my
yeah, they won't. No.
They love. They don't. It'll be okay. They'll be okay. They'll be fine.
Back to the forklift.
Back to the forklift. So because my job centered around numbers and counting, I actually did turn to numerology for a while. I was really invested. I really cared. It still has a part of me that like I think is just like it's a page in my book. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't say that that's what I rely on, but I do have a little tattoo to kind of commemorate that part of my life. And like I got this tattoo. It's a 222 tattoo. I got it on February 22nd, 2022, so like the dates aligned. So for me it was really important at the time, but I think it's just a page in my book, and it was just like a part of like my journey with religion and finding that it's all in you. You have to meet God. He meets you where you're at, but he waits for you. And I think like for me, I was just allowing other people's influence because I was so young. I was allowing their influence to kind of deter me from choosing him. And the choice was always mine. I just was hurt. I don't know. So I think like that portion was mainly numerology for me, mostly. Like those 3 years, give or take. Especially college.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there are things that I've been hurt with God for 6 years that I finally forgave him. Doesn't mean that I still trusted, like you were saying, but there was just a lot of doubt and just things that, like, you're like, well, why would you do that? And it's so easy for people to tell you on social media nowadays, like, God's working for you and God's doing this. And I can tell you, yes, a podcast is technically on social media, and this is not me preaching to you guys, but I'm just saying, like, those people were influencing me more than actually the people in my community and God were, because I was so hurt, and it was so easy to listen to random people on the internet and read what their story was and what they believe is true than what actually is true. And so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I've seen people in my life who are still hurt by God, by things that he's done. And like you said, it's their decision at the end of the day.
It's okay.
He still loves them.
Yeah, it's okay to be hurt too. I don't think he's mad that you're hurt.
No, he'll wrestle with you. He'll meet you where you're at.
He absolutely will.
He wants to heal you from that hurt. He's not looking down at you and be like, "Oh, she's mad at me next.
Who else?"
Yeah.
No, it's like very much, but you have to choose them. If you're going to be disgruntled and you don't want, you're just ready to fight, it's not going to be easy. It's not an easy path, because I was able to, the doubt will get you. I mean, but you have to have faith. You have to celebrate the small wins. You got to get yourself a little coffee. Like, thank God that I'm here. Thank God that my doctor's appointment went well. I'm going to go get a coffee. I mean, he blessed me with enough money for some coffee. I'm going to go get something. Like,
he blessed me with life.
You got to change your monologue. You got to choose him. You got to, I think it comes from a lot of, internal. It's very internal.
It is. And it's super easy, because I resonated with you with spitting things out. Like that, I went to a private school, and I thought, oh, I know everything, because they made us memorize Bible verses, and I was confirmed in the church, and I was like baptized at 10 months. So I was like,
I went on mission trips.
Yeah, like I know what I'm doing. Like, like my parents raised me as Christian. And those are all great. And I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm not saying don't raise your kids that way, because they will not stray away from those things. What I'm saying is that it doesn't take until later in life to truly understand what it means to have a relationship with the Lord. And it's a lot more complicated than people make it seem.
Oh, it's a relationship. It is just that. It's literally you have to, if you've ever been in a long-term, you're married. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you can understand how you have to choose that person. Not that love dissolves.
No.
Love is backed with respect. It's backed with mutual aspirations and wanting to see each other do good. It's backed with more than just love, and that doesn't go far enough. You have to make that choice every day. Like, I actually do respect you. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to see how far you go. I want to see this.
Yeah.
But it's that choice, man. I swear, it's a choice.
And when anxiety and things in doubt kind of cloud that, especially with someone who, at least I was told growing up, not did wrong, because God never does anything wrong, which is a really hard concept when things do go wrong.
He doesn't make wrong choices.
He doesn't make wrong choices. But at 12, at 8, at 7 years old, when something doesn't go your way, that's the first thing that you think about.
Yeah. Immediately.
And it's so hard because it's like, well, no, you told me this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen. What do you mean this wasn't supposed to happen? You were supposed to be in control. You were supposed to have my back. And now you're doing all of these things to me.
Yes. And you know how badly I need this person.
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
You know how bad this is going to hurt me, but yet you are still doing it. And that takes a lot of healing, and it takes a lot of just understanding that the Lord isn't out to get us.
Yes. Yes. He's not your enemy.
He's not your enemy. Like, I want anyone who's listening to this, like you said, he is not your enemy. He's not coming out looking to make your life miserable. He is not. He is truly trying to look for just a relationship with you.
He's trying to meet you where you're at. He wants to find you, but you have to choose him. It's a choice. It's
just talk to him.
Just talk to him. Because it's literally, you are part of that relationship, so you have to put yourself in it. It's like actively. It's like affirmations. You have to. I'm gonna have a good day today. God is blessing me, and then you go through your day and you see your blessings. It just makes it easier when you have that open communication.
And he'll battle with you. There are so many times that I have wrestled with God about things that I haven't understood, that I wanted, that I didn't want. And he still will be kind and loving and understanding. And I think that that's something that you can't find in anyone else, that you can't find in anything else. It only comes from God at the end of the day. And going back to a relationship, like on Ike's episode, he was like, nothing is stopping you from opening up the Bible. Nothing is stopping you from just talking. It may be 2 minutes of just trying to figure out what that even means for you. He goes, it's okay, like community, church, mission trips, those are all great too. But that's not what we're asking for. God's physically asking for a relationship with you before you go and do all those other things.
Yeah, you've got to, yeah, it's a choice. Yeah, what is stopping you from opening the Bible? What is stopping you from talking to him? You can...
Yourself.
Yeah, just yourself. Anything, because he's going to meet you there, too. Like, even if you're like, okay, Jenae, I do this a lot. You've heard me do it. I talk to myself a lot, where, I think that's what, shifted the tide for me, was realizing it's okay to talk to yourself. Like... Okay, yeah. You've got this. Get through your day. Just you've got this. You can do this. You can do this. And then you look up and it's like he's got this hand on your back. Like, it matters, dude. You just got to keep that open communication. It's a choice.
What would you say to someone, kind of going off what we're saying? It is a choice. But if someone who came back and said, well, I don't have that choice, or I don't even know where to start, what would you say to them?
Oh my gosh, I've been lost so many times. I would say it's up to the individual. I would say if you don't know where to start literally anywhere. If you feel like the Bible is too scary for you, it's just, because I have the King James version, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, preface, we do a Bible study at our house. And we were reading, and Jenae wanted to read, which I love, and she started reading King James, and her boyfriend and her brother, Ike and I are all looking at her like, we have no idea what you just said.
I was barely reading it. I was like, I'm committing. I've already been reading it.
New Living Translation is my favorite.
Yeah.
again, there's so many versions, but King James.
If you're afraid of the Bible,
let's not start there.
Let's not start there. It's okay. Just start with, like, just trying to give, I would say, just giving that moment, giving that, like, 1 minute of time throughout your day to be like, hey, God, I just need a little push today. And, yeah, thank you for everything. And then just going about your day. I mean, I think there's a lot of formality with prayer, but it's literally just like you're talking to your father. You're talking to your dad. You should just be able to be like, hey, need a little push. Like, if you would send a text to your dad being like, hey, then talk to God like that. Just talk to him how you're comfortable. I think come as you are is important. My mom was really, she emphasized that to me a lot when I was going through my, like, ups and downs with everything, because I was, you know, especially figuring out, like, my own queerness and everything with my own sexuality. That was a whole nother thing, you know, but I think with that, she would always tell me, just come as you are. I mean, God made you divinely in his image. Like, just come as you are, try your best, put on a smile and do what you can do, you know? And I think that's the best way to start, is to just, that 1 minute a day, just a little communication, little bit of a, like, hey, hope you're listening. You know, even if it feels awkward or whatever, just try it. Or even, like, if that doesn't feel safe, just read a little bit. You don't have to talk to yourself. Sometimes people are a little bit shy. You don't have to talk to yourself. You can just open a book and be like, And Ashlyn actually taught me this recently when we were going over Bible study. Literally, it was just open it. Because I even said, I don't know how to read the Bible. I don't know where to start. And she was like, just drop it on the table. Just let it open itself. And just read it. Read the page that it lands on. Try that. Just let it open itself and let it speak to you. If it doesn't speak to you, at least you read it. Go about your day. You know, I also have a devotion book. Sometimes having a little, my aunt got me this little devotion. Like, it was like a religion after loss. Something like that. It was a little book. And literally just reading something out of that. I mean, not even, sometimes it asks for you to pair it with the Bible, of course, to, like, find the scripture. But I wasn't doing that. I was just opening the book, and I was just kind of reading the little things that it had to say, and that helped me a lot. So I think, I mean, any small, minimal effort, a devotion book, letting the Bible open itself, talking to yourself, anything like that. Just try to be patient with yourself. Don't hold yourself to such a high standard. He will meet you where you're at.
Yes.
You're not doing anything wrong. He will meet you where you're at, and you will make a relationship. Y'all will come together. But it's a choice. You have to choose him.
That's so well said. And 9 out of 10 times, you may not think it's speaking to you, but then you'll go about your day and be like, wait a minute.
Wait.
I just read this. And that was something that happened a couple of weeks ago with Ike and I. Like, he has this random generator Bible verse. So it's like an app. And you click it, and then it generates a Bible verse. And I was like, why do we do this? Like, no, like, we can just open up our Bible and we can just read something. But he did it the one morning. And then the next day I was reading the Bible, and it had the same words. And it wasn't the same verse, but it was all about, I forget what it was. Not trespasses. It was about the world hating you. About how, like,
feeling like the world's turned on you type of thing?
Yeah, but you want the world to hate you because God didn't come for the world. You live for Jesus. So, like, it's okay if the people of the world and society hate you. Like, and I was like, what does this mean? Like, I was like, none of this is making any sense. And then something happened, which I don't really want to comfortable talking about on my podcast.
But it aligned. It did.
But it aligns, and you're just sitting there. And so, like, do it.
Yeah, just try it.
Or we got this new Bible this year because we're trying to read through the entire Bible this year. That is our goal.
Okay.
That is one of our goals.
Okay.
And my aunt got me one, and it's a really cool thing because it's broken up day 1 through day 365. Okay. And it doesn't go in order. It's actually the order of how the Bible actually may have been written. So sometimes it's like Psalms and something else. So it's not Genesis, Exodus. It actually breaks it up into days for you.
Like watching the Star Wars movies out of
Kinda.
order? Kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she goes, this is technically how it would have been written and how the actual events would have happened.
Wow.
Instead of it just being in a book. And so I was like, thank you, because you can go off of the internet and you can be like, okay, day 1, I have to read Genesis 1 through 2.
Right.
And I'm going to be like...
Then it feels like a chore.
No, and by day 35, I'm like, oh, I forgot about you. But, like, she got us this Bible, and I was like, wait, no, like, it actually has questions, and it explains things, and I'm like, okay, no, this actually isn't going to probably feel like a chore anymore.
Right.
It's actually going to make me excited, and I'm curious to see how Galatians and Ephesians connect together.
If you have something that's engaging you,
yeah,
you're going to want to, that, like, even that, for a while, that
Bible is scary.
It is. It's very scary. So it's okay to be afraid.
Yeah.
It's okay to want to find outlets that are literally engaging so that you want to stick to the Bible. I used to read a children's Bible. Y'all should see it. It looks just like this shirt. It's all bedazzled. It's gorgeous. But that was all that mattered to me. It was just so pretty on the outside. So I would look at it. And it was written for children. So it was like reading these little stories. But it was the Bible. So for me, for a while, like being raised, like growing up, that was enough for me. Get a children's Bible. Get a children's Bible with a pretty cover and just look at it sometimes. Just have it out. Let it be decor for a while and then open her and
God's actually going to meet you there.
He will meet you there. He meets you, but
He
you have to
speaks
choose.
through children's stories. I help at the kids ministry. Trust me.
Yes.
I know. I blew this kid's mind. Well, actually, God blew this kid's mind. Did I ever tell you this story about the fire?
No.
So the story Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they go into the fire, and they don't get burned at all, and Jesus is there. We were watching like a kid's video about it, and I was reading the story along with it, and this little kid was like, yeah, like once I touched a flame and I got burned a little. And I was like, yeah, no, but these kids, like, they walked in and they didn't get burned at all. And this kid's eyes like widen up and was like, no way. And so like, if he's meeting these little kids, which I'm so grateful because those kids are the next generation, he can meet you with a little video or VeggieTales or something.
VeggieTales, yes! I used to love VeggieTales. Yes, VeggieTales. Watch VeggieTales.
What we're coming with and trying to say is God will meet you where you're at.
God will meet you where you're at, but you have to choose. It's a choice. You have to try too. It's a relationship. There's give and take. And he's always there for you, but you gotta put in a little bit too now. You gotta say what's up.
And he will steward that relationship the best that he can with what you're giving back to him. And he will lead you away from sins and temptations. And he truly will be able to actually fill anything that you're missing in life. Like there's feelings, even in my life to this day, that I feel like empty. And I try and find anything else to fill it. Well, only God can really fill any of that at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to turn to other things. And it's so easy to look at people, and that's why I wanted to start this podcast, because people have millions of followers and they have a platform, and it's so easy to see social media as just a highlight reel of their lives and not actually see people struggle from behind the scenes.
Absolutely. Yes.
And then you compare yourself, but comparison is a thief of joy. And so I wanted to actually start this podcast to just show none of us know what's going on. We truly are dependent on the Lord, and that is why we have so much joy and understanding and love in our lives and still struggle. I still struggle to this day.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a relationship.
It is.
Yeah, I think the more that you like conceptualize it as exactly that, it falls away from like
perfectionism.
Yeah. And you don't feel like it has to be a certain way. It just is. And he's always there for you, and you feel contentment in that. Like it's just, but it's just that you have to find that relationship.
Yeah. Because I've asked Ike, I was like, Ike, what are your goals in 2026? He's like, whatever God does for me.
Yeah.
And it honestly frustrated me a little. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're not
dreaming,
you're not doing it? He goes,
no ideas.
No. Like, I'm content with wherever I go. And I think that's something that I'm trying to take into this next season, where for such a long time I tried to control the narrative that God was creating in my story.
Oh, yes. Yes.
we're human.
We're here.
But
We're coming to you live.
At the same time, I'm like, wait, I can just like not have to worry about it, and everything's probably still gonna turn out
exactly how it should.
And probably even better than I think.
Should. Yeah, because it feels better because you allow it. You know, my aunt used to say non-acceptance is suffering. Like, allow it. Literally, he's there for you. Let him be there for you, but you have to accept him.
Wow, that's a good
dude. You know, so I think, man, it's a choice.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he's that, like, I wouldn't say hands off, but the fact that he's able to be, like, let go. And be like, hey, it just, you know, he's so easygoing. He's so chill.
And that's what my aunt was saying. She was like, I'm not like, she believes in Jesus. But she was like walking in the airport with us and she goes, I'm not like a spiritual like reader with like vibes. But he's so lazy, like not lazy, but laid back.
Yeah.
And like easygoing.
He's got a really chill, just demeanor.
I go, but that's Jesus. Because there's no other way that he could. Like, yes, that's his personality, but Jesus simplifies it even more. And it just is like, if you aren't worried about it because God has it, why should I be worried about it because God has it?
Right. That's for him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to let it happen.
Yeah.
That's so much easier said than done.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, my God.
Girl, I said I'm trying.
It's the attempt.
But like you said, he meets us where we're at,
Yes.
and we can meet that attempt, and then I probably would look back on it in like 3 years and be like, oh,
that's where I was.
That's where I was, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It absolutely is. Yeah. That's what builds that relationship. Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, of course. Thank you for
I
having me.
loved this conversation. This is a good conversation.
Hold on, let me put this down. Let me do it. Oh, we should do it together. Here.
Thumbnail.
Yes, thumbnail. Yes. That was good. That was fun.
I know. You're welcome. I have a special episode coming up next week for my birthday. And
happy birthday, Ashlyn.
Yeah, 26. Whoop, whoop. It's my golden birthday.
Golden birthday, year 2026, on the day 26th of January.
Woo!
Turning 26. Very important. The cake is going to be huge.
Important. But I wanted to do a clothing drive for my birthday. So I'm kicking it off with this episode. You don't have to be in Tennessee. You don't have to be in Nashville. But if you are feeling generous and want to send me videos and or just donate to your local Goodwill like we were talking about, I did something with Thanksgiving with the homeless, and I think that was something that really truly shaped what this podcast and what I want to continue doing with this platform. So what better thing than do a clothing drive for my birthday?
Yes.
So starting today, if you guys want to go out, doesn't have to be Goodwill, it can be anywhere else, and donate anything to start off the new year and just kind of get rid of some things.
Clean out.
I'm challenging you guys, and if you guys want to send videos, I would love to see them, and I would love to post them as well. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!